that's all we got. I appreciate y'all watching. Oh, goodness. Is that a boy? Yeah. You'll stay here by yourself while I go get the truck?
Nope. Nope, I don't think so. Wait, Dad, can I give you a hug? Wait.
Let me go get the truck. I'll be right back.
Okay.
So it was a high shot. This is the, oh, y'all are gonna hate me on this one. This one actually still has spots. Oh, it was a smoking good shot. Come out right where it was supposed to. Let's see where it went. All right, it'll take both those. You ready, Freddie? Yeah. Let's drag it. We done hit. What is going on, everybody? It is finally deer season here in Oklahoma. Let me set some of this stuff down. I can't walk and talk. It is the evening of day one. I went hunting this morning, and in that spot where y'all seen me shoot some hogs last spring, and I actually seen some does, but I let them walk. And let me tell you why. Because I wanted to save every doe tag I have for right here. These deer around my house are just thick as bugs on a bumper. They have demolished every garden in the neighborhood. Last spring we had fits with them, to the point I even called a wildlife biologist and tried to get tags to get rid of a few of them. The neighbors came over the house like, you got to do something about these deer. Can't even have a garden. The biologist wouldn't give me a tag. He suggested that we haze the deer, so I turned cap loose on it. He chased it out of the yard I don't know how many times. That didn't work. And then he said maybe I should shoot it with a beanbag round, so I did that. They still kept coming back, and then the last resort was to pepper spray it, and I opted out on that because, I mean, the effective range of pepper spray is what, 10 or 12 feet, and these deer, they're all over the place, but they won't let me get that close to them. So I wasn't going to sit out here in a blind waiting to pepper spray a deer, so I figured I'd just wait on deer season. Now, getting to what we're doing today, I talked to another neighbor down the road who has a garden, who these deer are wearing out, driving him crazy. And I asked permission if I could hunt on a little wood line that runs next to his yard, and he gave me permission with one condition. Now, this condition, it may count some of y'all out. I don't know. Let me tell you what it is real quick. The only condition he gave me was that I cannot let deer walk. If I got a tag and I see a deer, I have to shoot it because he wants them gone. And a lot of y'all would be like, no, I ain't shooting them little bucks. But let me tell you, I am the man for that job. He says, big or small, you shoot them all. Ooh, that's right up my alley. So let me gather all my stuff up, just walk down the road here a little ways, and I'll show y'all where I'm hunting, kind of give y'all an idea what's going on. This is a good spot, and the deer are thick, like I said. All right, let's see if I can do this without falling out of this tree stand. We've made it where we're going, and I want to get quiet, so I'm not going to take long to explain this, but check it out. I don't know if y'all could see. Right behind me is a house, and then right on this side is a house. I'm sitting in a strip of woods. It's about 20 yards wide, and it's connecting two hardwood bottoms on either side of these row of houses. These deer are traveling through here, going back and forth between these two hardwood bottoms. There was a time a few years ago that they stayed in these wood lines, but now they're so thick that they're meandering out into the yards and just causing all kinds of trouble. You can't have a garden or a flower bed. Anyways, there is a trail. Let me show y'all. Can y'all see that trail down there? Just rips right through there. Now, the last 2 or 3 days, I've been sprinkling some corn on the ground right there just to get them used to stopping. That way I have time to get all my cameras on, get everything focused, get a shot off on camera. If it wasn't for the video, and I wouldn't have any corn at all, I just don't think I need it. Anyways, we got to quieten down and get ready. I still ain't got everything set up yet. Oh, I'm going to get all wrapped up here, and it's 91 degrees outside. Not to protect myself from the cold, but the mosquitoes. Every year I say I'm going to buy a thermocell, and every year it's one of those things I put off until I'm sitting in a tree stand thinking, man, I should have bought one of those. It's all right. I'll sweat it out again. I'll have a hard time biting through that. We're just going to use the reverse draw mini striker from William Tell. This is literally the most powerful pistol crossbow you could buy. Does it count as a pistol crossbow once I put the stock on it, or more of a short barrel crossbow? I don't know. Y'all let me know down there in the comments if it still counts as a pistol crossbow. Anyways, we're using the pink fletched arrows because we had a promotion going on. These are the same as, these are just our stainless steel 14-inch bolts. I don't know if the promotion's still going on. We did it for the next 10 orders, and I don't know if the 10 orders have came in yet. Probably so by the time this video airs. Maybe not though. Y'all check it out. Go to the communities tab if you want to see the promotion we was doing. All right, now we do got to get quiet and just wait on some deer to filter through here. This is a good spot. You know, sometimes I'll drive through here and there'll be 10 or 12 deer standing out in this field and in this tree line. No, for reals, we do got to get quiet now. I'll pick y'all back up when a deer shows up. That was a super small one. It was a set of fawns. But y'all remember, the goal is to get rid of some deer. It didn't go nowhere, it's just laying right over yonder. But the other one, I don't know where the other one went. It's right in here somewhere. It's a good thing I did sprinkle a little corn out. My back camera froze up. Had to do a little camera work with the deer right underneath me. To be honest with you, I was more worried about the landowner looking out the window and wondering why I wasn't shooting those deer than I was worrying about the deer running off. I wonder where that other one went. Make it a twofer. Here comes the man with the plan. His legs are shorter than mine, so it takes him a minute to work his way through the briars. Come over here to this way, buddy. Come this way. Yeah. Yeah, come here to this trail right here, and if you just follow that trail down the fence, you can't miss that deer. He's laying in that trail. Or she is. It ain't no bigger than you. That trail right there you're standing on. Just follow it down the fence.
Where?
Right there. There you go. I'll get my stuff together and I'll meet you. Just grab that deer and drag it over here when you find it. There you go, boys. Find you a woman that'll drag your deer for you, and you in business. Look at this hole. It come out right where it needed to.
Holy moly!
Holy moly! Went in good.
And there's a shot on the leg.
Should have. That arrow should have been covered in blood. I don't know why there's no blood on that arrow, unless it just, I don't know. I got nothing. Anyways, it's starting to stiffen up, so we're gonna have to go get it clean and get it on ice pretty quick. That is all I have for today. That deer's not much bigger than you. You think you can drag it out? Drag it out for me. That's all we got. I appreciate y'all watching, and we'll catch you next time.
I could go kiss and drag it. Well, I dragged a little ways.
What do you think of those horns?
Oh, they're pretty big. Well, not big as I thought they would be.
What is going on, everybody? I am breaking out the old compound bow. I have one archery antlerless tag left, and it seems like every time I go out there to my cabin and sit on them feeders, some does come in. Now there's still some does here in town, but they're not using that tree line anymore. They done know that I'm sitting there. They'll walk through the yard now to avoid me. And I'm breaking out this bow because I want to shoot a doe with it. If I was being just perfectly honest with y'all, I kind of miss it. I enjoyed drawing back and whacking a doe, or just a deer in general, with the old stick and string. I ain't shot it in probably 2 years though, so we're gonna see how it. I'm gonna see if it's like riding a bike. Who knows? I think that Luminox still, it's not a Luminox, just that lighted knock still good after 2 years.
Guess we'll see.
Maybe so. Let's try it. Got that target set up at about 15 yards. I don't even know if I could draw this bow. Y'all gonna giggle if I can't draw the bow no more. I don't even know what the poundage is set at. That might work. Sunk it right in there. That's where it's at. A little bit high, but I'm shooting a single pin sight, so I probably just didn't dial it in right. Let me go up on top of the porch over there and shoot down like shooting from a tree stand. We'll see how it works from there. Oh goodness. One of the perks of having a 2-story house is I can practice shots from up high, like sitting in a tree stand, without having to actually put a tree stand up at the house. Now, I'm gonna carry this bow in tandem with one of the pistol crossbows, that Mini Striker reverse most likely, because there is a little buck out there that has learned how to spin the feed plate on the feeder, and he has went through probably 150 pounds of corn the last 2.5 weeks, and in that feeder it should have lasted me 2.5 months. Look at the cat. She's like, I want some of this. Anyways, we got to get that little buck out of there before he teaches all them does how to spin that feed plate. But the last few times I've been out there, I haven't seen the little buck. It's just been does. And if a doe shows up, I'm going to try to whack them with this compound bow. Let's see if I could even make this shot. Let's shoot at one of them little dots and see what happens. Smoke. All right, I think we're good to go. It is like riding a bike. That sun in y'all's eyes. I'm gonna take a few more practice shots, and then this afternoon we're gonna go out the stand, just see what shows up. I made it out here, but I'm in a little bit of a predicament. I left my hunting clothes sitting on the kitchen table at the house. I do have both the bows, but I'm still in my gray t-shirt, my Nikes, and I'm not real big on camouflage. You know, I've killed a lot of deer in just plain clothes, but scent is a big thing. I mean, these clothes got some smelly good on them, and if the wind shifts, we're in a bind. But I don't have time to run home, so we're gonna have to go down here and crawl into the stand and just kind of see how it plays out. I would like something, maybe not camouflage, but something to break up my silhouette just a little bit, because you know, we're hunting with these pistol crossbows. Everything's inside 15 yards, so these deer are right in my lap. Well, don't do no good to complain about it. It is what it is. We're gonna crawl up in the stand and just kind of see how the day plays out. Ooh, predicament number 2 was an interesting one. I'm so used to carrying these pistol crossbows up into the tree with my backpack that I didn't even think to bring a string to pull my compound bow up. I had to carry that sucker up the tree stand. When I was younger, crawling up a tree with one hand wouldn't have been much of a problem, but let me tell you, it would have been a sight to see. I don't know how I would have even recorded it. We got up here though. Now I just got to, I don't know, get everything ready. We got a lot of equipment to set up. I got to get a broadhead in this bolt. This is our stainless steel 14-inch bolt, or our 14-inch bolt with a stainless steel insert. That sucker hits hard out of that reverse draw. And then got to get all set up here. I guess I'm just going to wear that release. Let me put this release on and see if I could even shoot the pistol crossbow with it on. It goes on my hand. Let's see. Yeah, I can still get hold of it. Yeah, we're in good shape. Okie doke. I'm gonna get all settled in and get quiet. I got enough working against me today. Don't need to add talking to everything else we got going on. I guess that camouflage don't make much of a difference at all. That little old buck come in right before dark. I'm standing here in my gray t-shirt, my Nikes, waiting to get down. Smoked him. I heard him run the circle and sounded like he piled up over there. So good grief. That one got my whole heart thumping. It's been a while since my old heart thumped. That's just a little old buck. I hope that there was enough light. I hope y'all could see that shot. My arrow, I can't tell if my arrow's down there or not. Oh, let's get down, see if we can find him. By the time I got all my camera equipment put up and got down out of the stand, it got dark. So I opted to go back and get a flashlight. I still don't even know if I got a clean pass through with my arrow. Oh, I did. Y'all check this out. Stuck in the ground. Punched all the way through, and there is blood everywhere. Look, I bet he ain't going nowhere. I don't know what to give the credit to, William Tell's reverse draw mini striker or that 14-inch hunting bolt with a stainless steel insert that I made. I know when you put the two together, I think it'd punch clean through a grizzly bear. Let me I called my wife. I want to go track this deer. called my wife, and Cap said he wanted to come out here and track it with me. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna give them a couple minutes to get here, and when he gets here, we'll go see if we can hunt it up. We got the man with the plan. I don't know.
Where's your blind?
So my tree stand's up here.
Where?
Look, right here. This is where we're standing. There's the arrow.
Well, I see blood on it.
See blood on it?
Yep.
Well, let's follow the blood.
Where'd the deer go?
Look, there's more blood here. Here. Right here.
Let's go and take the trail.
He ran off that way.
That way?
Yeah, he jumped about 9 miles high.
9 miles high.
Well, maybe not. You follow the blood trail if you can find it. I'm gonna go back to the truck and get a flashlight, and I'm gonna go look where I heard him run. I think he crashed over there. Or do you just want to go look over there?
I'm just gonna go look over there.
Well, let's go look over there.
But I think I know where he's at.
How would you know where he's at?
I just don't know him. I don't know.
Can I see what? Let's look all through here. Come on.
Can I look? Probably go looking. If you find any red, ow!
Okay, come here. Maybe you shine in the bushes so I can look. I think it's somewhere over there. Shine in the bushes. There he is. Right there. Yeah, I'll show him out of the bushes. Oh, goodness.
Is that a boy?
Yeah. Look, we hit him right there. That was a good shot. Went all the way through. Come out down low. That's what I'm talking about. What do you think about him?
I thought it was over there.
He's right here.
Well, I didn't think it was over here, but I thought it was over there because it was a reader.
Oh,
But
well,
I don't see it fits over there.
let's go get the truck. We're going to go get the truck. We found the deer. What do y'all think? It's about on par with the deer I usually shoot, isn't it? Monster. You think we should mount him?
Wait, what's the mountain mean?
We don't know what mount means because we've never mounted a deer ever. And I
What
shoot a
does
lot of them.
it mean?
It means stuff their heads and put it on the wall. We're not going to do it.
No.
No.
We already got some.
What do we do with these?
We ate them,
We eat them.
of course.
All right, we are going to go get the truck, get this deer clean.
Hey, do you want me to stay here on?
You'll stay here by yourself while I go get the truck?
Nope. Nope, I don't think so.
What do you think of those horns?
So they're pretty big. Well, not big as I thought they would be. Yeah, it's like I should open the mouth and stuff this in there. Well, we're not going to stuff it, but we are going to shove it. Oh, Mom. Mom, he's backing up.
That's what I'm talking about. You don't have to drag him at all, do we? Can you help me get him in the truck? Come on.
I can't.
Come on.
Too big for me.
Whoop! Ah. Here. Hold his head while I climb up in there. Can you get him? Oh, goodness. Don't know how I'm going to do it. There we go. You let go. Oh. Oh, if I shot him any bigger, I wouldn't be able to get him in the truck. There we go.
What about Dad, can we get here and look at things?
All right, we got to go home and skin this deer. It's
Wait,
hot.
I want to look at things here.
Well, you can look at things later. All right, I appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you next time. What is going on, everybody? Whew, we about to get back on that deer hunt. It's too wet to drive that sack of corn out here. I had to carry it. I'm about to show y'all a very special spot to me. This is a central spot on our place, and it seems like every trail on this entire property crisscrosses right here in this little old field like a great big spider web, this being the center. And it's special because there was a whole lot of firsts that happened here. Like my daughter, the very first deer she shot was right over yonder somewhere. And then my oldest boy, first deer he shot was right about here. And then the second deer he shot was over there. And then the first deer I shot was over behind that cedar tree on this property. And we've just shot a whole lot since. My wife shot her first deer with a bow over yonder. We used to have a blind setting up in the brush over there. We used to have all this, probably an acre or two, brush hogged down, tilled up, and planted in a food plot. But after a couple years, I just quit hunting it because it was so centrally located that we would be sitting here. It seemed like every other time deer would come out into the field, they'd be milling around, we'd be waiting on a good shot, and inevitably a deer would come up from behind us, catch our wind, blow, and then everything would be gone, messing up the hunt. I just found it easier to hunt singular trails that come in and out of this field instead of trying to hunt the field itself. But this year we're gonna try to get back on it. I knocked down about a 1/4 acre, and we put a bag of oats and a bag of wheat, and it's come up real nice. Deer kept it mowed down. After I shot that last buck, I moved the feeder over here. They've been hitting it. Got the blind sitting over there in a thicket. Now, I've been out here and I've hunted a couple times, once by myself, and that day a little fawn came up and milled around under the feeder. I let her walk because she was tiny, and I'm not above shooting tiny does, but I need a little bit more meat in the freezer this year. I've shot a couple tiny ones already. And then right before dark, a little buck came in over here and milled around, and I let him walk too, because y'all are wanting me to shoot bigger bucks, and man, I don't know, that's not me. But I'm gonna try it for you, and if it doesn't work, then right before the end of the season, so I don't have to eat a tag, we'll just shoot the little ones. The second time we come out here, I come out here with my daughter, gonna let her shoot a deer, and we drew a goose egg. Didn't see nothing. It was so boring she fell asleep. So with that being said, I need to get this sack of corn into that feeder and then get out of here, because we're gonna come back in here this evening, probably about two-ish, see if we can whack a deer. And I'm getting kind of antsy, so just about any slick that walks in is probably going to get busted. I'll still hold off for a bigger buck until a little later in the season for y'all. Let's gather everything up and get out of here so we can come back this evening and kill a deer. Man, it's about 3 o'clock when I was walking in on the road here. A nice buck kind of paralleled me and walked out in front of me about 10 or 12 yards. He just stood there looking at me like the goober I was. Everything I had was in my backpack. I'm gonna try to rattle him, man. I'm in a hurry. I'm gonna try to rattle him because last time I seen him, he was just kind of put his nose down. He was zigzagging through the trees over there. Cold trailing a doe. I'll get that up here in a minute. I'm gonna try to rattle a little bit. I'm hoping he hasn't gotten too far away. He knows I'm here though, so he may not come. He wasn't too far over there. If he's gonna come, that ought to bring him in. I'm not seeing him. I expected him just to come running. It's hard to pull them off them cold trails when they're after a doe. Anyways, there's a front coming in, and it's about to blow some rain in. That feeder will kick off at 4 o'clock. There's been a group of does and yearlings coming into it every evening, every morning. Man, I'd like to get a shot at that buck. I wish I could have got him on film so y'all could have seen. One of those things that happens. I'll quiet down, see if a doe will come in. Let me throw an arrow through her. See, that's exactly what I was talking about when I quit hunting this spot. I had a deer come out in front of me. It was just almost out far enough that I could have took a shot at it. And then the doe got behind me, come into the field from downwind. She busted me and ran back off that way. Ran the one in the field off. It's just a tough spot to hunt. It's too centrally located. Nope, that one that ran off is working its way back around. Maybe. Well, I didn't see where I hit him. But I know it went all the way through because I heard it hit the feeder leg on the other side of it. Let's look at the video and see. I know that was another small one, but I've had such a hard time with this spot that I just made up my mind if anything got up here and gave me a shot, I was going to take it. Anyways, let's review the video, see where we hit it. I hit it further back than what I wanted to, but it was quartering away just a little bit, so maybe I got the back of the lung closest to me and the lung on the opposite side. Go see if I can find my arrow real quick and see what it looks like. Well, I found the arrow, and there's blood on it. We expected there to be blood on it though. I mean, we know we hit the deer. The ground's super wet. I'm just not finding a lot of blood. I found a little bit of blood, but it's already starting to fade out in the water because it's kind of misting. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I want to give that little deer some time or go see if I can find it before it gets dark. Alright, either way, it'll take me a few minutes to pack everything up, so we'll figure it out as I do that. It's been about 30 or 45 minutes. It's starting to get dark. I went back and I got me a flashlight. I'm just really having a hard time finding blood. I found just a little bit on some leaves and then a little bit more on a spider web. And I know I made a bad shot on that deer. I could tell by watching the video. I mean, it happens sometimes. I'm not finding much blood, but I think that I heard it crash over here somewhere. Or maybe that was just wishful thinking. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm just going to keep looking for blood. See what happens. I hate it when you make a bad shot on one. I got to turn this light off though because it messes with my night vision. Pull flashlight back out of my pocket and see if I could follow blood. Like I said, you just hate it. I found it. There's a white belly over there. Oh, I got lucky. Might have to quit hunting in the rain. Let's look at this shot. See how bad a shot it was. Oh goodness. Yeah. Right here. So it was a high shot. This is the exit, and that's on the top half of its body, way up high. And then the entry was pretty far back. Yeah, that was a bad shot. It got the job done, but I hate to make bad shots on them. I don't know. So that right there is our last archery antlerless tag. So I got 2 holiday tags, but we're gonna have to wait all the way to the end of December to use those. Those are holiday antlerless gun tags, and I think I'll have to double check. I could use a bow to fill those holiday tags. They don't count towards your season limit. And then I have 1 more buck tag, and I am saving it. I don't know. I don't know if we'll kill a big buck, but I'm gonna hold on to it to the last minute and hope that I don't eat it. So, hey, I appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate y'all sticking with me. That is all I have for today. I'm super glad we found this deer. We'll catch you next time. What is going on, everybody? It is day 2 of deer season, and we are running around like chickens with our heads cut off. I went hunting this morning, drew a goose egg. I didn't see a single deer. And then now we've ran up into the mountains, and this is not a short trip. This is about a 5-hour round trip to check that bait barrel for the bear, which I have not given up on yet. They hadn't came in, but I hadn't given up on it yet. So we got to get this done real quick, and I wanted to show it to y'all just in case the bear didn't show up. I could show y'all what we had going on, and maybe y'all can give me some pointers. And then we're trying to get home this evening in time to deer hunt again. So let me pass the camera off, and I'll start digging stuff out of the truck and showing y'all what all I got, what all I'm going to put in the barrel, and then we'll go from there. Got 50 pounds of corn. Surely bears like corn. Now I got a whole bunch of syrup because somebody said pour syrup on it and the little critters would step in it and then traipse the scent all through the wood. That sounds reasonable. And then I got some donuts. I got a whole bunch of donut holes from the donut shop that were left over, and then some expired cakes and stuff. All right, we got to drag this back down in there about a mile, so we'll pick you back up when we get to the barrel. We made it. Yeah. And it is uphill most of the way. I don't have a camera. I took the camera out, but I am super excited. Something has been in here. Look at this big old flat spot about the size of a bear butt. Maybe he's been sitting there eating. I don't know. We're gonna put a camera back up today after we freshen it up. It looks like a lot of the corn's still in there. Last time when I was here, I baited it kind of the same way I'm baiting it now. I put 50 pounds of corn in it, probably 20 pounds of donuts, and then instead of syrup, I used bacon grease. But we're gonna use syrup today. Let me catch my breath, get the lid off this barrel. There's the tree stand right there. Boy, that was a booger getting in here. Had to drag it and carry it the whole way. There's a ATV trail that runs through this land that we've bought, but I don't have an ATV right now and my truck won't make it. Anyways, let me catch my breath and then we'll start baiting this barrel up. I got the lid off there. All the donuts are gone. About half the corn. It was a 50-pound bag, and there's probably 20 or 25 pounds left in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put the let me pass this camera back off. I'm gonna go ahead and put the donuts in, and then the cakes, and then I'll put some corn on top of that, and then I'm gonna syrup it down. Then we'll hang a camera up. I changed my mind. I'm gonna hang my camera up right now before my hands get to smelling sweet. I don't want my hands to smell sweet and then the bear rip my camera off the tree. So let me get that done real quick. Let's see what we got here. We got a cupcake. If I was a bear, I'd eat a cupcake. Sugar cookies. I don't even know. Some sort of blueberry muffins. Some more blueberry muffins. This is the stuff people don't like because they didn't buy it and it was expired and I got it for free. Hope the bears don't turn their nose up at it. More sugar cookies. And another cupcake. Put a little bit of this syrup on there, and then I'm gonna put the rest of that corn on there. Oh, see, got it all over my finger. It's a good thing I got that camera up. About half of it. Let me put the other 50 pounds of corn in there. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to baiting bears. Never baited a bear before. Completely winging it here. So if you got any good ideas, feel free to let me know. I'm gonna save just a little bit to put on the lid, see if I can get them standing up. This may be a bad idea, I don't know. They said the little critters would step in the syrup and spread the scent around. I'm gonna step in it myself. Maybe I'll spread it around on the way out. All right, y'all seen the setup. We'll check it again here in 2 or 3 days and then see if a bear is actually coming in. Now we got to gather everything up and run full tilt back to the house, hopefully in time to do a little deer hunting this evening. Y'all let me know if you got any suggestions on what I could be doing better when it comes to bear hunting. I got back and I got all geared up and I was ready to go, and I realized I hadn't cleaned up my arrow from that last deer I shot. So I got to get this arrow cleaned up. I got to get this broadhead sharpened before I go hunting. I know y'all are all out there thinking I'm rich and just have a whole bunch of supplies sitting around, but that is just not true at all. I am still just flying by the seat of my pants. I have 2 functioning broadheads to my name. And only 1 camera. We took it up to the mountains today. That ought to work. Maybe we can kill another deer with this arrow tonight. Let me get over here to this table and I'll show you how I sharpen these broadheads real quick. This here is how I sharpen these Montex. This is a 344 jig by Stay Sharp. And you can tell I've used it a lot. I've been using it for about 3 years now. And it changes the bevels on these 3-blade broadheads from like 30 degrees to 44 degrees. So that's the idea behind the name, is it'll sharpen any 3-blade broadhead at a 44-degree bevel. And when you first start to sharpen them, it takes about an hour to change the bevel. It takes me about an hour to get them right. So I take them out of the box, I sharpen them for the first time. It takes about an hour to get that bevel changed. And then after I shoot through a deer, as long as I don't hit a rock, it usually don't take me more than about 5 minutes. I'll run it through a couple different grits of sandpaper and then the polishing pad there. But you just make sure that you do an even amount of strokes on all sides, and then work your way through the sandpaper. I am in such a hurry. We are running out of time. I can't talk and count. I'll pick y'all back up when I get to the polishing. I'll show you what the finished product looks like. This sucker is, she is polished up and ready to go. That is one sharp broadhead. You can get these jigs on, let's see, give me a second, I'll think of the name of the website. StaySharpJigs.com, I think. My wife bought this for me a couple years ago for my birthday. It is well worth. They have a bunch of jigs. Just they don't only sell this jig. I think they sell about, I don't know, 8 or 10 different ones. So it don't really matter what kind of broadhead you're using. They probably got a jig for it. All right, I have got to get everything together and get my hind end over there in a tree. So moving on. Normally if it was this late I wouldn't even go hunting, but we're hunting town deer and they're just not the same. And you know, if we bust them out of there when we're walking in, they're likely to come back. The wind's all wrong, but that don't matter because they're used to smelling us, and it's just all around a little easier. I think I'm in love with hunting town deer. People still look at me funny when they drive by and see me holding a camera out in front of my face. Anyways, we're gonna get over there. If anybody's new, I'll show you the spot we're hunting. We'll get all set up before it just flat gets too late. Well, I made it up into the stand, and we're gonna get to test this theory about town deer, because there were, in fact, a doe and 2 little yearlings right here under the tree stand. They busted off back that way. So we'll see if they come back. I ain't got but a couple hours before it gets dark. Any of y'all that are brand new, didn't watch the last video, I'm hunting an urban spot. I'm hunting on a row of houses that sits between 2 hardwood groves. And right here where I'm at, there is a row of trees that's about 20 yards wide, and it sits between 2 of these houses, and these deer are using this row of trees to go back and forth between these 2 hardwood groves. So I don't know where them deer went, so I'm gonna get everything set up, get quiet. I'm using the mini striker reverse again with our 14-inch hunting bolt stainless steel insert. It just blew through that last deer. I know it was a little deer, that one that I shot, but it never did check up. I mean, it just hammered through and hit the ground hard. I have no doubt that it'll hammer through a full-grown deer like that. All right, let me get everything set up, get quiet, and we'll see if those deer come back. It took her a little longer than I was expecting, but here she comes back down the fence line with those fawns. The only reason I'm talking is because I don't think it matters. There's people in the yard behind me, 3 or 4 of them, and they're talking. She's paying attention to them too. She better hurry up and come home. We're running out of light. She ain't having it, I guess. I suppose the people being in the yard is just too much for her. She hung up in the brush out there, just out of range for several minutes before she decided just to mosey on off. Oh man, I guess these town deer are a little smarter than I gave them credit for. No, here she comes back. Here she comes back. It's getting too dark to film. She came in 20 minutes ago. Came right here to about 15 or 20 yards behind some brush, and the neighbors came home, just part of it, and she hung up and refused to come in. Swung a wide circle and came back in just before it was too dark to film. And I was able to get a shot on her. I seen her run across this field over yonder, so maybe she's down. I found my arrow. A little bit more blood on it than yesterday. I don't know what is going on with these. Maybe it's just the pink fletchings. I don't know, maybe it's harder to see blood on pink fletchings. Anyways, let's go over here to where I seen her last, and maybe she's laying there. I went home and got a flashlight and come back. I didn't even need the flashlight. The last place I seen her, I don't know if y'all can see over there just yet, is where she went down. She is dead, laying right in their backyard. If I was to turn the camera around, you'd see that I'm 20 feet from the back door of their house. But I ain't gonna do that. Let's go see where this shot was. This here's a big old doe. This ain't none of that little baby stuff like yesterday. Oh, that was a smoking good shot. We'll come out right where it was supposed to. Let's see where it went in. Right behind the shoulder center of the body. I was shooting from high going down, so perfect shot. This is a big doe here, and that arrow punched all the way through. Those stainless steel bolts are the way to go. They got a little extra weight with the 100 grain broadheads. Boom, punch right through. Oh, I drug her out to the road. The car just passed. I don't think they was happy with me. Everything's all legal. Look, here she is. Just sitting right on the edge of the road, waiting on my wife to come around and get me, because I'm not dragging her all the way back to the house. She ran in the opposite direction. And y'all hear me sucking air. Here comes my wife and Cap. I hope. I'm gonna turn the light out because it may not be there. Hey, right here. It's over here. Look that way. It's bigger than the other one, isn't it?
I can't.
Here we go. Alright, it'll take both of us. You ready, Freddie?
Yeah.
Let's drag it. We done had 2 cars go by, and they keep stopping. People are not used to seeing people shoot deer Oh my goodness.
Where's the bottom?
We're gonna have to do this all weird like. All right, y'all don't make fun of my fat guy rolling up into the truck. Oh goodness.
How do you turn this thing on?
Cap, I'm not gonna lie. You weren't much help. That's all we got. Y'all don't forget to check out our boats.
Will you turn this
Hold
on?
on. There you go. You can get them at thewaterswatters.com. If you buy crossbows from William Tell Archery, they are our biggest supporters. So I gotta give a huge thanks to William Tell Archery. Those guys are awesome. All right, I got another deer to clean. It's hot. That's all we got. I gotta catch my breath, and we will catch you next time. What is going on, everybody? It is day 7, I think, of deer season. We're still in that first week, and I just wrapped up a morning hunt in a old familiar spot. This is the place where y'all are used to seeing me shoot deer. As a matter of fact, every deer I've shot up until this year and recorded for y'all has been on this plot. This is just a 33-acre plot that my wife and I bought 10-11 years ago. Everybody that knows me refers to this spot as my cabin. Now we're gonna have to start naming these spots because we're branching out a little bit. Now where we're hunting deer this year, where y'all been seeing me shoot them in town, there is at my house. That's where we actually reside. And then on top of that, last June, my wife and I bought a little tract of land up in the mountains where the bait barrel is for the bear, although no bear has showed up. But we're gonna go check that here in just a minute. It's been about a week since we baited it, 4 or 5 days anyway. So there were deer on me this morning. They were at the feeder. I was sitting there watching them. I came out here to see if I could shoot a little buck. If y'all remember last year, I was just covered up in little bucks. All I had was antlerless tags. This year I'm trying to save all my antlerless tags for those deer in town because they're too thick. And I came out here hoping I could shoot a little buck, but all I seen was does this morning. Ain't that the way it goes? Now the game plan is to try to get back to the truck, run up into the mountains, pull that camera off that bait barrel and see if a bear showed up, and try to decide whether or not we're gonna come back to town and hunt those deer by my house, or if we're gonna stay up there in the mountains and try to shoot a bear. I have bought a bear tag. In Oklahoma, you have to buy a bear tag before season ever starts. So I had to buy the bear tag before I even knew whether or not there was a bear up there. I'm sure hoping we could draw one in, but I don't know anything about bear hunting. Never done it before. All right, so enough jabbering. Let's run up to the mountains, pull that card, and see what's going on up there. It is not a quick trip. Like I said in that last video, it's about a 5-hour round trip there and back. We made it back to the barrel, way up in the mountains. And it's still full of corn. Looks like most of the donuts have been eaten though. Probably coons. Let's get the card out of this camera here real quick. And then we'll go sit down on a rock over here. See what we got. Well, let's get her plugged in here. See what we're dealing with. First picture, just a coon in the barrel. In there eating donuts, most likely. Big old fat coon. He ought to be fat. He's eat about 60 pounds of donuts. Nothing else that I see. Whole lot of coons. Coyote. A young looking coyote. Huh. Wonder if he ran them foxes off. I don't see no pictures of the foxes. All the way down to the bottom, nothing. Man, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I should have started baiting earlier in the year. I'm not sure. Anyways, we own the land, so we could, I don't know, if y'all let me know what I'm doing. If you have any ideas, there are bear up in these mountains. People are posting pictures of them all the time, griping about them tearing up corn feeders and such. I may just hang a corn feeder up here over the summer, next summer, and just let it run all summer and see what happens. Bought a bear tag too. Can't get a bear here. All right. let's get back to the house. You know we got some of them urban deer to be shooting. Ain't no shortage of them. That is a long drive, but we made it back. We're up in the tree stand. I know y'all are probably tired of this spot, but it's hard to get off of when in horse, you know. Evening 1, whacked a doe. Evening 2, came out here, whacked another doe. You know, we gave it a little bit of a rest, but we're back on day 7. Now, for those of you that are brand new, I'm hunting an urban spot. There's a row of houses here, and between 2 of them, there's this little tree line. It's about 20 yards wide. It connects 2 hardwood bottoms on either side of this row of houses. The deer are running back and forth through this tree line between those 2 bottoms. I'm using the Mini Striker reverse with our 14-inch hunting bolts, stainless steel inserts. This thing is made for this urban hunting. I've never urban hunted before, but everything is real tight. And you know, that thing, you ain't shooting much past 20 yards anyways. So I'm gonna get quiet. Neighbors are out in their yard again. That was a factor last time, but it didn't matter. We got a deer anyways. Like I said, I'm gonna get quiet. We're gonna settle down and see if a deer shows up. I don't know if I've told y'all how close to the road I'm sitting. There's a truck coming, I'll show you. Pretty close. Seems to be working. There's a doe and a fawn behind that house. Still probably got 30 minutes of shooting light left, but I'm afraid it's getting too dark in these trees to film. Oh, here they come in a run. I don't know what it is, these deer coming in last minute, these low light shots. That was just a fawn. The doe, she wouldn't come in, and well, it's gonna get dark before she did. And my job here is to take out some deer, so I just went ahead and shot the little one. Mom was over there blowing at me. Let's go see if we can find her before it gets dark. Well, didn't go too far. It's out there in the middle of the field. Here's one of the gardens they keep wrecking. That is three deer down. Y'all are not gonna like me on this one. This one is a little bitty one. Oh, y'all are gonna hate me on this one. This one actually still has spots. Oh goodness. Hey, the goal was to get some deer out of here. They were too thick and tearing stuff up. So, you know, I promised I would shoot what walked in front of me, and that's what I'm doing. Yeah, y'all don't hate me too much. It just is what it is. This one's gonna be delicious. We'll throw it in the crock pot. I drug that deer home and forgot that I didn't show y'all the arrow. Here we go. Oh, here we go. A little bit of blood. Of course, we don't really need it right here because it's so open. They just run out into these yards and die. I haven't lost sight of one yet. Let me crawl up here and get the rest of my stuff. I guess that's all we got. That's 3 deer. We're fixing to give this spot a break and wait on the scrape lines to open up, move some stands around, see if we can hunt some bucks. I've been saving my buck tag. A lot of y'all want me to shoot a bigger buck this year. with the mini crossbow just to see how it performs. So we're going to try to get that done. So I appreciate y'all watching. That is all I have for today. That's 3 deer for the season, if you want to count that one as one. It's maybe 2.5. Anyways, we're going to get out of here. I appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you next time.